All right, so we have Aaron on today. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us. To start off the conversation, just kind of want to get a glimpse of where you're at right now physically in the world.
Right now I'm living in California. I came out here basically to get sober and find myself. And like my intentions when I first came out here, it wasn't to get sober. It was just more just to get away from drama. I finally realized that I actually needed help once I finally got out here, and like once the program taught me, like it's like pores come out of your skin. Like the program like just pulls all the extract, like all the bad shit out of you, and like it shows you right in front of your face, and it's fucking wild. And
So you are in, to clarify for everybody who doesn't know, you went to rehab in California. And so you're not in sober living anymore. You're doing your own thing. Are you currently still sober?
yes,
To get a picture of kind of who you are, how you got in that situation, how did you kind of end up in rehab, feeling like realizing you needed help?
well, it first started off with me like as my childhood, like I never hung out with people my age. I always hung out with people older than me. I never really had like that mindset to like have fun or like always had to be serious or like always be in some serious shit. So that's basically how it started. Like that was like the root of it. It like I started isolating myself around people my age, and I would only hang around people older than me, or like I would have that authority mindset, that strong like strict mindset. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that kind of like I missed out on a lot of fun because of that. And that I think that was like the main root, like that started my like addiction, that addiction mindset, like being obsessed to things that can like torture me, but in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something that I can focus on that can help me in a positive, like thinking that can help me in a positive way, but it did. I think it's like nobody really speaks on it a lot, and like I think it needs to be spoken more upon. Of like a lot of people come through detox. Like I work at a detox facility now, and like the past 3 months I've been working there, there's like 90% of the clients that come through there, like they have terrible insurance. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my passion. Like the program like opened my eyes into giving and like not just giving it back, but like it gave me something, and like I want to be able to show someone else the same thing and like help someone else and save someone else's life. Well, I like my belief into what helped me most definitely, and a lot of people I've seen around me is the 12 steps. Like, and 12 steps isn't just like helping, it's like it helps you put in a routine,
Okay.
like consistency, and like and then you start growing. Like it's like a power you start to grow like through time, as you do it. So step one is acceptance. And then like step two is like letting like trying to find your higher power. And then the third step is like letting your higher power take over your life. Because us addicts, we can't control ourselves. We're uncontrollable. You know what I mean? So we need to find a higher power that can control us. I was like, thank you, God. Like I just pray. I just pray like it's just a power. I just believe it. I'm on step seven right now. Step seven is what step seven? It's just like accepting your character. Yeah, it's because like step six is like character defects, but like defect in character, like our characteristics, but like it's like the negative part of it, like us,
Okay.
like, and we have to work on that, like say we work on our jealousy, we'll start to become jealous out of nowhere for some reason. It's weird.
So I remember when me and Piper, she was on our podcast and she talked about how she sees addiction show up in other ways of her life, even though she's sober. What is that for you? Have you noticed anything that kind of spills into other aspects of who you are?
You get super obsessive over anything, like it's just like whatever catches your eye and like you think you can stay consistent with or something that you'll like. It's just like how we did with our drugs, you know what I mean? Like it's just like we replaced our addiction with something else. It can turn into a negative way, you know what I mean? Because you
Right.
can get bored of it and then you'll be like, fuck, I want to get high.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. You kind of like hyperfixate on something else.
Yeah, like it's just like putting a band-aid over a scratch,
Right.
like it's not gonna fix it.
Like, what's the discipline behind staying sober for you?
Well, it's all on the person. It's not on anyone else but you. It's the willingness and the drive you. And if you want to be sober, to still be sober. It depends on you.
I remember you mentioned before, no one talks about how fun being sober is. Can
Exactly.
you talk about that for me?
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing I think that needs to be like portrayed in the treatment field, like people need to see like how fun like being sober is. Like I've actually gone to a club and like I've actually gone to a strip club. I've gone to like I've actually gone out and gone to clubs and stuff and not get like not have cravings and not want to drink or get high. And like and it actually was more fun because you actually see everyone so fucked up. You like, damn, bro, I used to be like that, and then you laugh, you know, and then like we just like laugh around everyone else that's fucked up, you know. We're like, damn, I used to be like that. Like I used to be like a clown, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's all fun. Like going out, you just start like you're like everything just like opens your eyes more, you know, when you're sober. You're just like, damn, like I missed out on a lot.
So what
Yeah,
was your, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer, but what was your drug of choice?
fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Okay. Okay. And so what, how old were you when you went into rehab?
17. Like I just turned seven. Like I just turned 17.
Wow.
And I got 5150 psych ward. But like I got admitted into a psych ward. And because I overdosed. It was like I think that was my second time overdosing, and my mom like found me because I guess she was like texting my phone, like sending me memes or something, and like she saw me laying on the couch like unconscious, like not breathing, and she like carried me to like I woke up in a damn wheelchair, like rolling into the hospital. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
And was that your last time using?
No. That was like I got so this is what happened. I got 5150, got out. That shit traumatized me. I was good for like not even 2 weeks, and I was just smoking again. I didn't get back on fentanyl until like another 3 months. So after I got 5150, it was like in March.
Okay.
Then my birthday happened. Then I turned 18. Then I graduated high school. Then I went into treatment literally 2 days after I graduated high school. I got kicked out for smoking weed.
In treatment.
Yeah, and
Okay.
like treatments like that has like hundreds of people on them. Like those shit suck because you don't have time for yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're just stuck in like a big ass meeting with a bunch of people. And you don't have like that one on one time to actually like because it's better with like just 10 people. You know what I mean? Because y'all can all socialize together.
So you get kicked out of there.
I end up in West Palm Beach, Florida. I come out the airport waiting for the dude to pick me up, take me to residential. This lady's sitting on the bench and she has like a dab pen. I'm like, yo, can I hit that? She's like, yeah. And I just hit it. I was there for 45 days. That was probably the worst place ever because it was like the groups were ass. Therapy was we didn't like we barely had therapy. Like it was just it was super unorganized. But I mean, I graduated 45 days sober. Went back to Virginia. I was like, I felt so happy. Like I felt like something. Like I didn't feel fully yet, but I felt something. You know, I felt like that spark coming back. You know, so like I had confidence, and I got like a little too cocky, and like got too comfortable. And then it's like 3 days later, I started drinking and smoking again. Went to ODU. 3 months later, started getting back on those hands, and then that's when I got on fentanyl. Then I dropped out of college like in November. Went to my grandma's house. This was my last joyride. Then I got kicked out of my grandma's house. So before I got kicked out of my grandma's house, I got a flight out here to California. Get away from drama, get paid, and then just like live my life out here. That didn't work out. I met this dude named Mark. His name's Mark. He's really dope. Okay, so all right, so a flop house is it's like a residential / treatment center, but it's like you can use in there and not get in trouble.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can use and not get in trouble. Like you can use, you'll still pee in a cup and you'll still be fine.
Okay. Okay. I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We left. AMA moved. We jumped out the back window, and the owners of the place, the flop house we were in, picked us back up, and we went back there, and then we were there for probably another month, getting high and chilling. Like I always try to take my own path, and like that's what my addict mind does. You know what I mean? This guy Mark, he introduced me to stairways. He was like, "We're gonna go to stairways, and we're actually gonna get clean." And I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. I was like, but fuck it. I was like, we had no other choice. I was like, let's do it. That whole story I just told you about this going from Culver City to Orange County, then back to Culver City to out here, like just that transition just changed my whole life. Like if I never stepped foot in stairways like that, like I would probably still be back at square one getting high or be dead right now. So I got into stairways and their rules. and like it's mostly rules and procedures for most sober livings and programs. Like you have to get a sponsor, and you have to do your steps. The first thing I did was like I did not get that sponsor. Like I wasn't seeking to like get sober so fast. I was just going with the motion. And my house manager was just like pressing me about it. And he was like, "Here, let me introduce you to this guy." And his name was Johnny. My sponsor is Johnny Reese, he's a dope guy. But at first, when I met him, I was like, I saw him. He was like a white dude, and I was like, fuck. I just saw how it's like how he looked and stuff, and like I always judge the book by its cover. Like I would look at you and like tell if I was gonna fuck with you or not. Like and like I hated that about me now, but like in the back I did, like in the past I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, basically Johnny like is the one that like guided me, but like I had to go get it. And like that's what he told me. He was like, I'm not gonna be hitting you up every day. You're gonna like if you want it, come and get it. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you want something, go get it. He's like, you should be going after it just like how you're going after those drugs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So Johnny, is he still your sponsor?
yep.
And so how many days clean are you right now? Or months? I don't know if you know the
So I have
exact day.
an app. Look, I'll show it on the app.
That's so cool.
Yeah, me and Piper both have the app. It's called Nomo.
Let's see. 558 days Aaron has been sober.
No, the real test. I thought the real test was the beginning, but the real test was when we left sober living, when we left the program.
Okay.
That's the real test. That's when like if you was really putting in your work or not. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily accountability, but you're on your own.
Yeah, you're on your own. You don't have the accountability anymore. Because when you're in sober living, like she has her girls. You know what I mean? She has 15 other girls she can depend on. You know what I mean? Like, and I had 10 other guys I could depend on. And now it's just we have each other. All we have is our sponsor. Or like she still has her girls. I still have my guys. It's just like we're not in that space. We're not in the same house anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be like go into the room, be like, hey, can you help me with this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not as like surrounded by it. So
Yeah.
I understand that.
Well, me and Piper's like sobriety, like it's independent,
right?
And that was like our main boundary is to keep our lives independent when it comes to sobriety and like in life in general too.
Amazing.
Because like that's what also the program teaches you. It teaches you to have self-love and self-care.
Yeah.
And like that was the main thing for me. Like I never have self-love or self-care. Like I was a huge people pleaser. I always wanted to look out for the homies or my family or my friends or people I love or care for. And I never looked out for myself, and that truly shown that I didn't love myself. Like just like actions like you used to take in the past, you like learn that through the program, and you're just like, damn, dude, like I am this, or like you start like I am that, and you start accepting it, and then you start working on it. Question I asked like my clients at work, I asked them, I'm like, do you actually accept yourself as an addict? I was like that because that's like acceptance comes with action. I'm like, do you accept yourself as an addict? Cause like if you do, I was like, you would honestly put in work to stay sober. Am I right? Cause like you didn't come out here all the way from North Idaho or fucking South Dakota or fucking Ohio. Like people be coming from all these different states, coming all out here just to bullshit. I'm like, dude, this isn't time to bullshit, dude. Like you so-called supposedly have a family back at home, kids back at home. You want to get shit done. You're talking instead of walking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's your kind of coping mechanisms or your inner work that you use maybe daily or whenever to kind of keep you grounded, keep you on your path?
The first thing was journaling. Like I used to always write my thoughts down, and like I actually with my clients now, like I do groups. I run groups with my clients every day. I would tell them to journal their thoughts, and I would give them homework assignments on like because to teach them like coping mechanisms and skills. That was like the very first thing I used to do was journal. Like if I was upset, I would write down why I was upset. I would write down like what can I do to prevent from me being violent or prevent me from like doing something stupid, And like I'll write it out and I'll think about it and I'll actually take the action. I love listening to music. I actually do music as well. I have my music on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music as well. The main thing I also like low key kind of do is kind of meditate. Yeah, meditating is dope.
I have heard that consistently some through our interviews. That has been, I mean, journaling and meditation has been such a common thing I've heard, especially for individuals who are sober or just trying to be more aware of their choices. That's amazing.
And teaching about communication skills too is the main thing. I also like to like touch on with the program because like we all like have like 1,000 like comments and like thoughts going through our fucking heads every day. You know what I mean? I would put like a situation in my head and like try to think like, oh, this person's gonna say this, they're not gonna say this. You know?
Right.
I would try to like, assume like what's gonna happen. Don't sell yourself short. You know, like because everyone comes from a bottom. You know, like our presidents came from a bottom. Like entrepreneurs that are rich today, like Elon Musk, like everyone came from a bottom. Michael Jordan came from a bottom. Like all these people came from a bottom. So don't sell yourself short in treatment. Like yes, like we came with a lot of baggage, and you come with a lot of emotions and trauma and PTSD from your past, and you have a lot of things to fix and work on. But selling yourself short isn't going to help. And like the other main thing is closed mouths don't get fed. If you want to go get it, go get it. You know, like if you want to go get sober, don't bullshit it. Do it all the way.
So happy for you. Are you much happier now?
Yeah, like sometimes I'm just like, I'm in LA, dude. Like how? You know, like, I'm like I'm in LA and I'm happy for us.
I appreciate it so much, and we'll have a follow-up episode for sure.
Yeah, for sure.